Hi everyone, Jessica here and welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about sort of different card making and papercraft magazines. So this is the particular magazine that I subscribe to. So this is simply Cards and Papercraft. Now, I think it's a really good idea to get these kinds of magazines, so not necessarily this particular one, but sort of the magazines in general, for a couple of reasons really. I do think they're really good value for money. You always usually get a free gift that comes with it, which sort of varies on month to month, but there's just so much in these magazines, so many different techniques that it teaches you. It shows you sort of new releases that are coming out, lots of step-by-step guides. There's sort of digital things you can download, there's interviews, there's competitions, you can send your cards and projects in and they do sort of publish them in the magazine as well, especially if you have used their sort of previous products. So I think these magazines are a really fantastic idea to any crafter, whether you're a beginner or sort of a little bit more advanced. I think they are fantastic value for money, so you always get that free product and sort of what comes with it. Sometimes you get sort of branded, so you get like Altenew, you get card making magic, and other times obviously you do just sort of get a product like this. However, the products that you always get are always really good quality, so the stamps are always good quality, and they do a really good variety of products as well. So it's not just sort of stamps and dies, they do stencils, you can get embossing folders, so they really are sort of really well varied. And obviously because it's not a specific magazine, so you can get sort of stamping magazines, you can get die cutting magazines that are only going to sort of have that one particular product, whereas this is going to give you sort of lots of variety for your craft stash. So for beginners, that's really great because it's going to build up your stash quite quickly, and sort of the more you get into sort of using these different kinds of products, you can obviously then go and sort of buy your own products knowing that you really love, for example, layering stamps. So I also think these are really great value for money. Again, when you sort of look at what comes included and how much sort of the subscriptions are for the magazines, like I said, the products you get does make it very good value for money. So one of the main reasons that I signed up for this particular magazine, apart from the fact that it gave me that varied set of products, is they usually sort of, to entice you into a subscription, they will give you a free gift for subscribing. So they sort of run lots of different sort of promotions, if you like. When I signed up for it, I was looking at alcohol markers at the time, and they was doing an offer for the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend alcohol markers. So these are what came with it. So there was a pack of 12 pens, and I was really keen. I'd seen these sort of demonstrated in that before, and I was quite keen to have a go at them, but sort of to buy a whole set was sort of quite expensive, so I thought that it would be quite good value for money at the time to take the subscription out so I could get sort of a set of 12 of these pens. Obviously I didn't cancel my subscription once I had that free product. I've kept going now for sort of about 6 or 8 months because I like the products that come with the magazine itself. So again, have a look at what comes with the subscriptions, because it might just be worth your while taking out a subscription to get that free gift. So every month I will get a magazine delivered to my door with my free product. So at the moment we're on issue 203, and so it's come with these layering peonies stamps. So you've got 15 stamps and 2 dies within this packet. So we'll be demonstrating on how to use the layering stamps and also just showing you a really quick card that you can make using this free product. So in lots of different issues they have, like I've said, a good variety of different kinds of products. So in the issue before last, so 201, it was coming up to Valentine's Day, so they do sort of think about what occasions are coming up and think about that when they're putting together their packs. So like I said, so this is the free gift that came with 201. So this is Floral Hearts. You've got a 17-piece stamp set. So as you can see, you can use this for weddings, birthdays, Valentine's Day, anniversary. But this also came with a 5x7 cut and emboss folder. Now, for the cost of the magazine, you know, you could buy that embossing folder, and that would cost you the same. But by buying it through the magazine, by buying this particular magazine, you know, you've got this really big cut and emboss folder, and you've got 17 stamps that you can use in conjunction with it. So again, really sort of great products and really good quality products as well. So these couple of products that I'm showing you, obviously the stamp sets, you know, aren't huge, but obviously they are good stamps, and you'll be able to use them for lots of different projects in the future. So some issues, they might sort of include bigger packs. So for example, this is issue 190, so this is back from last year, and so what they included here, this is Card Making Magic, so this is by Christina Griffiths. And you can see this is an A4 stamp set they've included in here. So these are really sort of big, sizely stamps, and this is actually a really fantastic stamping set. So if ever you get the chance to sort of buy this magazine, if it's still available somewhere, I would recommend it, because this stamp set is really great to use. And it also comes with a couple of sort of coordinating dies that you can use in conjunction. So you can see that that's a massive A4 stamp set that you get with the dies. So it's not just sort of smaller products that you can get, they do include lots of big products in there as well. Okay, so I'm not going to show you sort of really anything that's in the magazine, because obviously if you haven't yet received your issue, or you're going to go out and buy it, obviously I don't want to sort of ruin it for you. There is only one section that I'm going to show you, which is sort of the inspiration and sort of step-by-step guides for using these layering peonies stamps. So they always include this section in the magazine, so they will always show you how to use the product that they've included, and so they're sort of show you a variety of different cards that they have made, so that their designers have made. Always include pictures, you've got top tips. Each sort of card has a tutorial, so you've got almost like a shopping list, and then sort of a step-by-step guide on how to make them. You also have, so here they've got how to use your layering stamps, so perhaps if you've not used a layering product before, they will show you how to do that. So again, filled with lots of different inspiration in here, so you can sort of maybe start with making these kinds of cards, or following the instructions to make that particular card. But once you've done that and you're sort of confident with the product, obviously you can go on and make sort of lots of different cards, you know, of your own design. So they also kind of categorize them. So you've got these ones here are special makes. So they might be a little bit more time consuming, but these ones are sort of last minute makes. If you need a quick card, then obviously they've got that sort of card design there for you. So again, lots of inspiration in this magazine, and they do sort of walk you through using the products that they have included in the magazine. Okay, so I'm now going to show you how to use the layering peony stamp. I'm going to do a quick example for you, and then I'm going to show you how to make a really quick and easy card, not one from the magazine, but just one from my own design. Okay, so we got our layering peonies here. So like I said at the beginning, it's got 15 stamps and 2 dies that come with this. Now, you always have a bit of inspiration on the actual packaging itself. I always keep these, it comes in like a little plastic wallet. I do keep these everything together, stuck down in these little wallets, because it keeps it safe and it keeps it all together as well. But you also have a little bit of inspiration on the back, so again it just shows you sort of a few of the examples of what you can do with this set. Okay, so we're going to start off with our base stamp. So you've got 3 layers here. So you've got the solid black one, that's going to be your base. You're going to want to do that in your lightest colour. Then we've got sort of your more detailed stamp. So again, you want to do this then in a darker shade of whatever colour you've done this stamp in, and then you've got your outline. So all I'm actually going to do now is I'm just going to use these 2 stamps to show you, so you've got the base and then where it puts that little bit of detail in. So I'm going to use my acrylic block. So normally I use my stamping platform when I do all my stamping, but I'm going to show you just with the acrylic block. So the inks that I'm going to be using is going to be these Prism World of Colour. So these are dye-based ink. So we've got Blue Lagoon and we've got French Navy. So all we're going to do is pop our base layering stamp onto our acrylic block, and we're going to pop our lightest colour on the stamp. So we're going to stamp that down. So the reason that I use my stamping platform quite often is because when I stamp, I usually like to get a nice solid base colour. With the acrylic blocks, I can never sort of get it back in the same position twice, so it's not going to be as sort of solid as what I want it to be. So next we're going to use the detailed stamp, and we're going to use the French Navy for this. So I really love these ink pads because they're really juicy, and I think they always sort of lay down on the paper quite nicely. So now for our detailed stamp. So when you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure that you get this sort of layered stamp in the right position to stamp directly over our base stamp. So I always look for sort of a little defining feature with it. So for example, on this one at the bottom, you've got this real big V into the image, and you can see that it corresponds with this sort of smaller V we've got in here. So sort of trying to line something up like that is the best way to, if you're going to do this freehand. So all you want to do is sort of try and line it up. And there you have it. So you've got two layers there. So you've got your base in your lighter colour, and then you've got your darker shade as your bit of detail. Now you can add the outline stamp on there as well, but I quite like it just like that because I think it's sort of a little bit more artistic that way. And then you have got the die to be able to cut that out. Now obviously it's a lot bigger, but if you were to use then the top stamp on it as well, it will fit sort of perfectly around that. So I'm going to set this one aside, and then I'm going to show you a couple that I've already done. So this is just the outline die, and I've just coloured these in. So I've used my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend pens. So the two that I've used here, I've used Light Yellow Blend and Citrus Blend. So I've just tried to sort of do it in the same way you would see if it was layering. So I've done the shade in the same way. So I just wanted to show you that you can use lots of different mediums with this stamp set. It's not just using the layering. You can just use the outline and colour them in with whatever medium you like. So I'll show you a couple other here. So this one was one of the first ones that I did, and I used the outline die, but in a darker colour again. I wasn't really as a fan of it as much, but I still want to show you, obviously you can use that outline die as well. Okay, so here are a couple of others that I've made as well. So I have die cut the one we've just stamped, but as you can see, so you can do it in different colours. There's a couple in there that have got the borders, and obviously others that don't. So this one was the one I showed you earlier, which we used the Tri-Blend markers to colour in. So just to show you that you don't have to use it as a layering stamp, you can just use it as a stamp and colour it in however you want. So let me show you how to use this on a card. So this is a card that I've created. This isn't one from the magazine. So all I've done is taken a 5x7 card. I've cut the front at a diagonal angle, and I've just popped this white and green stripy paper to it, and I've also matted the inside with green as well. So included in the stamp set, you've also got a couple of sentiments. You've got happy birthday, thank you, thinking of you, congratulations, and if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. So I've used that last sentiment, just created a little banner. So I heat embossed the sentiment on there and just cut it at an angle to match the front of the card. So all we're going to do is we're just going to sort of layer these. I think it's only going to fit 3 of these on, so I'm just going to use the 2 blue and the purple. We're just going to layer it on the edge of the card. And what I have done as well, using a previous layering stamp set, I've created these 2 little sets of leaves. So this was from issue 200, and it was from an Altenew set as well, which they're really famous for their layering stamps. So then we can just add just a little something extra in there with the stamps. So let's stick this down. So all I've done is I've just adhered some foam pads to the back of it. Now what you don't want to do is obviously get your foam pad, you don't want it to be seen, so make sure that it's not hanging over. So that's just a really quick and easy card we've made using Layer and Peonies stamp set and die set. So again, there's lots of inspiration in the magazine itself, but with the stamp sets and the die sets that come with this magazine, it's not hard to sort of, once you've made your first card, to keep going and really see the potential in these free gifts. So I just want to recap the 5 big reasons why I think it's beneficial to either subscribe to a magazine or to sort of purchase them when they become available. So number 1, the biggest one is going to be that you're adding new products each month to your craft stash. So especially if you are a beginner, it means then that you're building your stash very quickly, you're using lots of different products, and then you'll be able to create lots of different sort of cards and projects. So number 2, I think they're really great value for money. Like I said, and I've shown you the sort of type of products that come included in them. They're always very varied, and the quality of the products are always extremely high. Reason number 3, like I've shown you, is that the products you get included are very varied. It's not specific to sort of one type of crafting. So you know each month you'll get something slightly different, and like I said, if you're a beginner, it means then you're trying out lots of different techniques, you're using lots of different products, so you can kind of have a look and see what it is that you enjoy using. So reason number 4, if you are going to look at subscribing to the magazine, you will get that free gift. So have a look and see what they are offering at the time. Like I said previously, I was already looking at the tri-bend markers, and I seen that they were doing a set of 12 as a free gift, so that really kind of tipped the boat for me in terms of actually subscribing to the magazine. So again, that alone for me was just good value for money to take the subscription out, to sort of get to have a go at using the alcohol markers and see whether it was a product that I would get on with and whether I wanted to invest in the rest of the set, which I actually ended up doing. Reason number 5, each month I know that I've got a new product coming straight to my door and I can get on and use it straight away. I don't have to worry about going to the shop and trying to find the magazine. So each month we'll be looking at the next issue of Simply Cards and Papercraft. I'll be showing you the product that comes with it, and I will be showing you how you can use that product to make a really quick and easy card. So thanks very much for watching my video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you haven't done so already, then please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks very much and happy crafting!